What's going on, guys? 7up07 here. Welcome back to a new episode of recent gaming purchases. Got a whole bunch of really exciting, awesome stuff here. Surprisingly, most of this from one lot of stuff that I bought from a seller on a Facebook group, and a few other things that I got in trades and whatnot. But really some exciting stuff here. Spent a good deal of money on one of these lots, but just got a tremendous value, tons of games I had been wanting, and he just threw all kinds of stuff in, and it was a great experience. So I'm going to start with some of the other stuff, and then we'll move on to that. First thing I got, I traded this for a couple of PS2 games, I believe, I forget which ones, to someone on one of the Facebook groups. Kirby's Dream Course for Super Nintendo, just a loose cart for that one. I also got this stack of NES games, made a trade for a couple things, I think, like Symphony of the Night, a couple PS1 games for these. Just got a nice little stack of NES games to add to the collection. Star Voyager, make some room here. Hogan's Alley, Blaster Master. I only ever played the PS1, I don't know if you'd call it a remake, it was sort of like a reimagining of Blaster Master, Blasting Again it was called, for the PS1, used to have that when I was a kid. Star Force, Fester's Quest, the infamous game, it's frustrated many people. Marble Madness, pretty great game. The Simpsons Bart vs. the Space Mutants. Burger Time, excited to play that one. Little Nemo Dream Master. And then finally Mickey Mousecapade. Just watched a speed run of that one on the Games Done Quick this summer. Yeah, so got all those in one little lot from a guy. Nice little trade there. Nice to add a few NES cards to the collection. Getting close to, I think actually maybe just hit over 100 NES cards, so that's pretty good. There's, what, 600 and something, I believe? So still a long way from any kind of complete collection for that, and that's a very expensive collection to get, but still have a nice, respectable little collection now. Of course, added a few to the original Xbox collection that I'm trying to get. Got these actually through JJ Games, if you guys are familiar with them. They run a website, do a lot of stuff on eBay. I prefer to do all of my stuff with them through eBay because their website is a little vague on the descriptions of stuff, and there's no pictures on some of them. So I usually like to go through the eBay listings because it's faster, it's easier to communicate with them that way, and because they actually usually have pictures with their stuff. And I've heard some horror stories with them about how they sell stuff in like good condition that doesn't even play. So I think it's just because they don't have enough employees really to deal with the amount of volume of stuff that they get. So it's best to be careful with them, but usually they're very good about it through eBay. And of course you can get your money back that way a lot easier. I've had some issues with their customer service in the past trying to sell to them. I just couldn't get anyone to contact me back. So beware dealing with JJ Games, but through eBay they're perfectly fine to deal with. They sell good stuff, and they also buy a lot of auctions on eBay. So first game I got was Pirates of the Caribbean, complete with manual. Some of their prices are a little high, but they also do $1 off per game once you buy 3 games. So it helps a lot, especially on these cheaper games like original Xbox games. Galleon, a pirate game put out by Atlas. Been interested in this one, and it's not one you ever see anywhere, so went ahead and grabbed that. And then Grabbed by the Ghoulies. This is one that I had been wanting since I saw it in Game Informer when it first came out, a game put out by Rare, Xbox exclusive. Of course, I didn't have an Xbox back then, so I never got to get it. But now I finally have it. Got a couple other things separate. Bought this one for a pretty good price. This has been on my list for a really, really long time to get. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Nice and complete. The case is a little beat up, but other than that, all the insides are nice and minty. So, excited to play through that one. That's one of the better horror games that are out. Pretty much, it's most people's favorite game, or a lot of people's favorite game, I shouldn't say most, as far as horror games go. Also got this in a nice little trade. Traded I believe, my sealed copy of Darkstone for the PS1 to another guy who's looking to get a full PS1 RPG collection. He went ahead and got the sealed one and got Muramasa the Demon Blade out of it. This is consistently said to be one of the better Wii games, so I'm excited to give that a play as well. Let's see here. Got a few games in a trade that was kind of interesting. Ended up buying this guy using my Best Buy account. I had a gift card, and I went ahead and offered this guy, hey, I'll buy you whatever you want on Best Buy, which was a little bit of a risky move, but he had some credibility in the groups, so I decided to go ahead and make the trade with him, and he had some stuff I really, really wanted. So I went ahead and got it. First thing was Resident Evil 0, complete for GameCube. That was the last Resident Evil for GameCube that we needed, so I wanted to go ahead and get my hands on that. Secondly, a game I had been wanting for some time that's getting hard to find, Futurama. Nice and complete. This game has been shooting up in price, and I don't think it's going to go down anytime soon. I think it's going to keep climbing for a little while. Should be a fun little quirky game. I'm a huge fan of the show, so look forward to playing that. Also got this. This is the big one out of the lot. Xenosaga Episode 3 with the holo cover, so complete in there. Got the regular artwork underneath this, but also got the holo cover from him, which he actually sent me separately because I was unsure if I wanted to get it at first, but it ended up being well worth it. So got that. And then he also ended up in the shipment with the holo cover. He ended up throwing in this second copy of Resident Evil 0. No manual and missing disc 2, but still just a cool little bonus to get with it. So that was a really cool trade, and I'll probably end up dealing with him in the future because that was well worth it. Gave him the Overwatch Collector's Edition, which unfortunately he ended up being kind of disappointed with as far as the contents of the Collector's Edition. Not one I would have invested in. I'm a little picky about my Collector's Editions already, and that particular one seemed like it just wasn't a good game to get a Collector's Edition for. Yeah. I also managed to pick this up from someone in the RPG group that I love so much. The Dark Souls 2 for PS4. No manual in here. I don't think it came with one at all. Scholar of the First Sin included in this one. So, been wanting to grab this for a while. Didn't want to grab the 360 version or PS3 version. I wanted to hold out for the PS4 version. It's gone down in value a lot. He gave me a nice price on it, so I went ahead and picked that up. Alright, now for the real jewel of this this pickup video. Got all the rest that you're about to see was in one lot. Got an absolutely awesome deal on this lot. Again, I did have to drop a little bit of money on it, but the overall value of this lot is, I think, I haven't totaled it up for a while, but I think I estimated it around $600. So awesome. Just, this is a box of awesome right here. Just some amazing stuff that I had been wanting. So I'm going to get into these. Let's see, let's start here. Just a loose, well, it's not quite loose, Mega Man Legends. Doesn't have the manual, it's a printout cover, but it did have the game disc and the back art, so that's kind of nice. I still don't have that game complete. I had 2 copies of it loose, and now I have one at least with the back art, but still no manual, so I'll have to track that down eventually. Legend of Dragoon. I believe this one is just missing the manual. Yeah. So Greatest Hits missing the manual, kind of marked up on the front and stuff, but that's alright. Already have a copy of this, so this will be going in the trade pile or the sell pile. Nice minty copy of Xenogears. Nice and complete. Awesome game. This is also considered by a lot of people their favorite RPG, so I hope to give this a playthrough really soon. Yeah, possibly even while I'm gone the next few months, I'm gonna give this a playthrough. Yeah. By the way, if I didn't mention, this came from the RPG group, and this is completely a box of RPGs. So you can imagine how awesome that must be. Dreamcast game here, Evolution: The World of Sacred Devices. Had a copy of this loose disc that I got from GameStop's online sale a while back. Took the chance on it. Ended up being just a disc only. But I went ahead and sold that copy Yes, I think I already got rid of that copy so when I got this one, so finally got it complete now. Alright, a couple of PSP games in there that are pretty cool. Legend of Heroes, A Tear of Vermilion. I'm not familiar with these Legend of Heroes games. I'm only familiar with the newer ones that came out. And then Legend of Heroes 2, Prophecy of the Moonlight Witch. Excuse me. So a couple PSP games. That's a pretty weak collection for me. I don't have a whole lot of PSP games, so kind of cool to grab a couple. Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers, with the music CD included. Got the nice outer box and everything for this game, put out by Atlus, of course. Everyone knows the Shin Megami Tensei series. Also came with, good lord, Suikoden Turkrace? I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. And that one is complete. The game's not in there right now. Sands of Destruction. Ooh, there we go. And another copy of Dragon Quest IX, which I already have 2 copies of. Need to get rid of those, so if anyone needs a copy of Dragon Quest IX, I got you on that. Let's see. Also came with this pretty nice box copy of Lunar 2 Eternal Blue Complete. Everything is in there. I'm not going to open it up because it's kind of finicky to get everything out, but it just comes with, well, actually it's opening pretty nicely. If you've never seen it before, it comes with this Omake box, which is just a box full of goodies, basically. Has a map, has all sorts of stuff in it, a little pendant and stuff, so it's really, really awesome. I love the packaging for these games, so now I have both of the Lunar remakes on PS1, which is really, really cool to have. They are not cheap games by any means, and this one's in really good shape, so there's just a little bit of wear on the outer box, but other than that, it's in very, very good shape. Moved to this stack of PS3 games. Got a Steelbook Ni no Kuni, which I had been wanting for some time, and I'm really happy to get the Steelbook version of this, so I plan on playing that through very, very shortly, because that's supposed to be one of the better games. Of course, the artwork done by Studio Ghibli, so. Eternal Sonata. Have this on the Xbox 360, but I might go ahead and keep this. It has different artwork and stuff, and I believe the game might be slightly different, and probably plays better on the PS3 if I had to guess, so I'll probably hold on to this copy as well. Star Ocean: The Last Hope International. Folklore. This is a pretty cheap game, I think, but a Sony Computer Entertainment America original. 3D Dot Game Heroes. This is one that I had played when it first came out. Super cool concept for a game, and I've been wanting to get it ever since, so I'm glad we finally got a copy of that. Another copy of Tales of Xillia. Just played through this recently. Pretty awesome game. I liked it a lot. Hope to give Xillia 2 a playthrough pretty soon, but this is an extra copy if anyone needs one. The Ico and Shadow of the Colossus collection. Going to be cool to play through these in slightly higher graphic state. Tales of Graces F. Had already gotten a sealed copy of this a while back. Ended up selling that one off so I could have an open copy. This one's in good shape, so it should play no problem. And I ended up getting a cool trade out of the one that was sealed. So this one, let's see. Yeah, this one did not come with a game. It's a steelbook for Final Fantasy Type O HD for PS3. It came with the soundtrack and, of course, the steelbook, but no game in it. So, then also got the Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 remaster, HD remaster for PS3. I already have this for PS4. Got it from the Square Enix sale a while back, so I'm not sure if I want to hold on to this one or not. It is kind of cool because it's the limited edition, so I'm considering holding on to it, but if there's any interest in this, I may be willing to part with that. Okay, there's a few random little bits in here. I guess I'll get to those in a second once I get through the rest of the games here. Here's another one I've been wanting for quite some time, The Last Story for Wii, and this is one that has the full outer box and everything. Opens up like this, like a little book, like a novel. And it's just really cool packaging. I'm not sure why this is loose like this. It's not supposed to be attached or anything, I don't guess. So I'll have to keep this safe on the shelf, make sure it doesn't get all bent up. But yeah, it comes with the game there. This is actually a little bit tricky to find, especially for a good price with this outer box and everything. So really, really happy to get this in this condition. Even at GameStop, it's still about a $40 game, I want to say, and that is not with the outer box. Usually you won't find it with that. So got this. This is a limited edition of the Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 remix, which I have the regular version, didn't have the limited edition version. Really kind of a cool packaging here, same kind of thing, just opens up into like an art book along with the game. So kind of cool. The outer box is a little torn up on this one, which was slightly disappointing, but he did warn me about that before I bought it. Still absolutely worth it, and I'm going to keep this anyway because I do not have the limited edition of this, so it's actually kind of tricky to find these days. For a good price, I should say. Tales of Symphonia Chronicles. No manual. Not sure if this one comes with a manual or not. There's some plastic on this. And then White Knight Chronicles 2, which the first White Knight Chronicles was a lot of fun, and this actually comes with the first game as well. So if you have any interest in this series, just buy the second one, and you can also play the first one. It's on the same disc. Alright, now one of the big things in here. This was awesome. I didn't even realize this was in there, which made the thing worth all the more. Bravely Second Inlayer Collector's Edition. These shot up in price pretty quickly. This is just a massive collector's edition for a 3DS game, so I don't want to take everything out. It just comes with a couple of books, some cool stuff in there. Really awesome to get this. I had considered buying this when it first came out, only because I knew that it was going to be hard to find at some point. But managed to get this in this lot, and it is just amazing. So really excited about that. I'm running out of room to stack things. Alright, the rest of this is all just a bunch of goodies that came with it. All sorts of cool stuff. But yeah, so like I said, he threw in a bunch of extra stuff that I didn't even know was coming with it. Some of it he had told me about, but some of this was just absolutely surprise to me, which was just awesome of him. This was one of the best deals that I've had on a Facebook group yet. So first off, there's an extra large Final Fantasy 15 polo shirt. I don't know that I'll ever wear this, but it's kind of cool to have, and I actually meant to ask him. I never got the story of how he got this. I'm not sure where these come from, so kind of just very interesting to get that interesting item to have for a game that hasn't even been released yet. It's weird. An Ys, which one is this? The Vortex of Canaan. Really cool map here. This one's awesome. I may hang this up at some point, but I haven't actually played this game, which is quite sad, I know. But I've heard it's a very good series, and I plan on trying some of them. Some of them are actually pretty cheap games, just never managed to find one, and never went out of my way to get one, so one day I'll try it. Got a Chrono Trigger soundtrack. Quite a few soundtracks here. Sealed Fragile Dreams Farewell to the Moon, Farewell Ruins of the Moon. Such a long name. I hear this game is quite good as well. It's a Wii game that came out a while back, and some people say it's very, very good, so I have not tried it myself yet. Code of Princess Sound and Visual Book. Came with like a loose manual here. Super Robot Taigen, OG Saga, Endless Frontier. Some of these titles are just out of hand. Atlas game for the DS. That's all that came with it though. This is some sort of art and download code for Infinite Undiscovery for the 360, which is a game I have, but I'm not entirely sure what this is. I think this was for pre-ordering the game, so that came with it as well. Fire Emblem Awakening art book. Really, really cool. All sorts of cool art in there. A Magna Carta 2 art book. Really cool. Just got that game pretty recently. A Dragon's Crown artwork. Just amazing stuff here. This is not stuff I ever would have found. And then a Darksiders comic. Quite cool. Yeah, not stuff that I've ever seen before, so some nice bonuses there. He also threw in this little slime plushie. He asked me what my favorite RPG was. I told him Dragon Quest VIII, and he threw in this little slime plushie for me. And then this guy from Shin Megami Tensei that is very covered in some sort of pet hair that I plan on cleaning off. It's pretty bad. He said he tried to get it off and he just couldn't. I guess he didn't have a roller or anything, so kind of gross, but that's alright. It was just a free bonus, so that is all from that lot. And there's actually one more thing that I almost forgot. Don't know how I could forget this. A couple weeks ago, I saw a clearance sale on GameStop.com, and they had this guy for $12. World of Nintendo, huge Link statue. So I just had to pick this up. It's a 20-inch figure, complete with the sword and shield and everything. Full motion head, you can make him creepy. But yeah, really, really cool. Could not pass this up for being $12. Just too awesome. So when I get some more space when we move, I'm going to throw this guy up with the Zelda collection up there, and it'll make a real nice addition. So awesome, awesome stuff. You should always check to see what GameStop has on clearance, because they give some really cool stuff, really cheap prices, because they're just trying to get rid of it. So always, always check GameStop clearance. So that is it. That is all of the recent gaming purchases. Again, just amazing, amazing lot. So happy to have some of this stuff. It's always great when you can get an RPG lot, especially one this big. So awesome. So thank you guys for watching. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next episode.